Have you ever found yourself reading in silence, yet hearing every word echo in your mind, as if someone were whispering it just behind your eyes? That voice, soft, constant, sometimes comforting, sometimes cruel. It feels like you, doesn't it? It sounds like your voice, speaks your language, mirrors your thoughts. But here's the strange truth. That inner voice isn't really yours, not in the way you believe. It's not some spiritual narrator or magical stream of consciousness. It's a neurological phenomenon, born from the quiet movements of your body, trained over years of speaking and listening. Scientists call it subvocalization, the act of silently speaking in your mind, using micro movements in your throat, tongue, and vocal cords. Tiny muscle twitches you don't even feel, creating the illusion of a voice that no one else can hear. When you read silently or think in words, your brain is actually preparing to speak, just without sound. It's like rehearsing a play in the dark, where only your mind watches the performance. That voice isn't spontaneous, it's learned, shaped by years of imitation. Your parents' tone, your teacher's pacing, your favorite actor's rhythm, all blended into the narrator you hear now. And here's the twist. The inner voice can change. Children often hear the voices of authority figures when they think. Adults might hear their voice shift when they're anxious, angry, or inspired. In some languages, people even report that their inner voice carries a distinct accent. It adapts, it evolves, it reflects who you were, and sometimes who you wish you were. But not everyone hears this voice. Some people think in pictures, others in sensations, abstract symbols, or emotional impressions. And then there are those who hear many voices, not as hallucinations, but as distinct versions of themselves. A confident voice for success, a critical voice in moments of fear, a doubtful voice in the dark. It's not a disorder. It's the brain creating roles, internal characters that guide, question, or warn, like actors in a private, never-ending monologue. Now think about this. If your inner voice can change without your permission, who's really writing your thoughts? Is your self just the product of repeated sentences? Is the story of your life simply the voice you've rehearsed the most? And if that's true, what happens if you decide to rewrite the script? What if you could choose a new narrator, calmer, wiser, more forgiving, to guide you through life? What if your self-doubt, your fear, your shame were just lines spoken by a voice you didn't realize you could silence? Could you train a better inner voice, like you train a muscle, and reshape the way you see the world? Because this voice, it's not just how you think, it's how you interpret everything. Your relationships, your memories, your dreams, your pain. And if it can lie, then maybe your reality isn't as stable as you believe. So the next time you hear that whisper in your head, stop and ask, who's really speaking? Because that voice might not be yours, but it can still become the one you choose to follow. Like and subscribe, because in the next episode, we'll uncover how your brain decides your future before you're even aware it's happening.